Being able to leave the house, to go out when we want, to access different places and spaces, and to see the people who matter most to us are vital and essential parts of life. Yet many disabled people tell us that struggling with inclusion and social connection in an inaccessible world remains the norm. We've worked with disabled people to understand better what difference being mobile makes to their lives, and to understand what difference Motability is making. And what we found was the Motability Scheme, our major form of assistance, changes people's lives more than just having the experience of owning a car, and that change is biggest for those on lower incomes who are assisted by grants.
Hi, my name is Stuart and I'm a beneficiary of the Motability Scheme.
My name's Laura and I've been a Motability beneficiary for 4 years.
Before the Motability Scheme, it was really hard for me. I couldn't get out, I was isolated, we were stuck in the house, me and my wife, we became completely removed from society.
So before I got the Motability car, I felt quite trapped because I didn't have any independence. I had to rely on people all the time.
We've done some work to understand how mobility changes people's lives and what difference Motability makes. Disabled people told us there are 6 reasons why transport matters. First, it gives access to people and places. It gives choice and control, which increase independence. Transport also improves connection, the ability to build relationships and make new ones. It improves access to education and training. It can help people to seek out and find work. And finally, transport is good for well-being, how all of that makes you feel in yourself. We listened to the views and perspectives of almost 5,000 disabled people. People who've received a Motability grant, scheme customers, and others too. We were pleased to learn that Motability is making big differences to people's mobility and quality of life in these 6 ways. We asked disabled people what difference having your own transport makes to your ability to access places and see family and friends. 9 in 10 people told us that their ability to do things like leaving the house or going out when they want, getting to appointments or seeing friends, even feeling safer, had improved since they got a Motability grant.
Now that I've got my car, I can just do anything that I want to do and do the same as everybody else, which is brilliant.
Having choices in life matters because it gives us control over our lives. And we found that Motability makes a difference in giving people a bit more choice and control over what they do.
When I got my car, it meant I could start voluntary work, in which case I was able to volunteer for several local organisations. I am now part of society.
Through this work, we've learned why mobility and transport matter for people's quality of life. And we've started to understand what difference we make as a charity.
I speak to approximately 25 customers a day. One that stands out to me is a beneficiary that was a 20-year-old male with prolapsed disc in his spine and arthritis. He had been with Motability for a number of years with his mother as the main driver. However, he felt he was now old enough to have his own vehicle and to have some independence. His mother told me that he'd worked so hard for his driver's license and it was a real achievement for him. He said that he felt like no one had listened to him before and that at Motability we actually care about people. He and his mum called me when they placed the order and said that by finding the correct solution, we gave him back control of his life. He's now going to college.
Seeing family and friends, meeting new people, feeling part of your community, all of this really matters to our quality of life.
I need to feel as if I can contribute and I'm not just a burden on society, but I'm part of it.
One case that really put a smile on my face was an elderly couple that wanted a new type of solution that gave them independence, but they wasn't sure where to start. They had a standard production vehicle and relied on a carer to go with them everywhere, as the beneficiary's husband was unable to transfer his wife into the vehicle without assistance. The couple reached out to Motability and it was suggested that they have a wheelchair accessible vehicle experience for a week. The beneficiary's husband said that the experience was life-changing as he was able to take his wife out independently for the first time in years. They approached us for grant assistance and we sourced a new wheelchair accessible vehicle for them.
As our report reflects, Motability has worked for 44 years to address the disadvantage that disabled people face in accessing transport. We intend to do more in the future to work with others to support and empower all disabled people to gain the same access to transport as everyone else.
So now I've got Motability, I can visit my parents and especially go and see my mum and come back in the same day. We're able to go out to the shops, walk in the park and do anything that gets us out of the house. It's always good for our well-being.
And now I have my Motability car, instead of being an isolated person, unable to get out and contribute, now I can get out and I can do things that my car enables me to do. Give me the tools to be part of society and I can give back so hundreds of people can benefit.